Welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn about the issue currently unfolding in CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful, where emotions run high and every revelation has the power to change lives forever. In one of the most heartbreaking and surprising twists in recent episodes, the future of Liam, Hope, and Steffi takes a dramatic turn, defined by devastating news, shocking confessions, and the fragile hope of a miracle. After weeks of silence, Steffi finally decides to meet with Hope to tell her the truth about Liam's condition. She invites Hope over for a private conversation, away from the pressuring eyes of family and colleagues. Once seated in Steffi's living room, the mood is heavy, quiet, and solemn. Steffi looks directly into Hope's eyes and says the words that Hope never expected to hear: "Liam has a brain tumor." Steffi explains that the tumor is located in a place that cannot be operated on. It is aggressive and advanced. The doctors have done all they can, but there are no surgical options left. Liam has been keeping this secret from almost everyone, not wanting pity or distraction, but his prognosis is terminal. Hope is stunned. Her body freezes as the weight of Steffi's words settles in. Her breathing slows. Her eyes fill with tears. The man she once loved, perhaps the only man she has ever truly loved, is dying. But just as Steffi prepares to comfort Hope, something unexpected happens. Hope, trembling, tells Steffi that she has something just as serious, if not more shocking, to confess. She tells her that after being betrayed by Carter and losing her position at Forrester Creations, she was emotionally devastated. One night, not long after, she showed up at Liam's house. She broke down in front of him, crying, venting, completely unguarded. They talked for hours. They drank. They laughed through tears. And somewhere in the mess of grief and longing, they slept together. Hope tells Steffi that she never intended for it to happen. It wasn't planned. It was two people leaning on each other in their weakest moment. And now, weeks later, Hope has learned she is pregnant. She has no doubt, the baby is Liam's. Steffi is speechless. Her eyes widen. She grips the edge of the chair tightly, trying to process everything Hope has just said. The idea that Liam, while dying, unknowingly fathered another child, it's almost too much to take in. But despite the pain and the shock, Steffi does not lash out. She doesn't yell or blame Hope. Instead, she says something that surprises them both: Liam deserves to know. He has the right to know, Steffi says. That baby might be the only light left in his life. It might be what keeps him going. You have to tell him. Now. Hope nods, wiping her tears. She realizes Steffi is right. Whatever complications may arise, the truth must come out. Later that day, Hope arrives at Steffi's house, where Liam has been staying. His health is fragile, but he's still alert and able to speak. He smiles when he sees Hope, clearly not expecting a visit. They sit down. Hope's hands shake. She begins slowly, reminding Liam of that night. She tells him she never planned for what happened, and that she hasn't stopped thinking about it since. Then she tells him the truth. She's pregnant, and the child is his. Liam's eyes widen. At first, he says nothing. Then the tears begin to fall, not from fear, but from overwhelming joy. He stands, takes Hope's hands in his, and smiles through his emotions. "I'm going to be a father again," he says. "I have another chance. I have a reason to live." In that moment, everything changes for Liam. The despair that had been eating away at him is replaced with renewed determination. He promises Hope that he will do everything he can to fight the illness, to stay alive long enough to meet their baby, to be there for Hope, for Kelly, and for this child. It's a moment of hope in the middle of devastation. Hope is overcome with emotion. She hadn't expected this reaction. She thought she might have broken him. Instead, she gave him a reason to fight. Meanwhile, Carter, for his part, is left in the dark. He had been planning to win Hope back. After his betrayal, he had come to understand just how much she meant to him. He had been preparing an apology, even considering asking her for a fresh start. But when he hears the news, that Hope is pregnant with Liam's baby and that she is reconnecting with him emotionally, he realizes his chance is gone. The bridge is burned. There is no going back. Carter confides in Paris, who advises him to move on. Some mistakes can't be undone, she tells him. And some people don't come back. Meanwhile, Ridge and Steffi talk about the changes ahead. Ridge is shaken by Liam's diagnosis and what it means for their family. He also notices the shift in Steffi's attitude toward Hope, less adversarial, more compassionate. Steffi tells Ridge that they need to put the past behind them, that their children are what matter now. She wants to support Hope through this pregnancy, even if it's complicated. At the hospital, Liam begins a new treatment regimen. It's experimental, with low odds of success, but he is more committed than ever. The doctors note the change in his attitude, his will to fight is stronger than ever. They tell him that while his tumor is still inoperable, his determination and positivity can help him manage symptoms longer than anticipated. Hope visits him often, updating him on the baby's development. They go to ultrasounds together. They talk about names. They talk about the future. For the first time in a long time, Liam feels like he has a future to plan for, even if it's limited. Steffi, too, plays a big role in Liam's care. The three of them, Hope, Steffi, and Liam, form an unlikely but solid unit. They agree to focus on what's important, supporting Liam and preparing for the arrival of the baby. As the months pass, Liam's health fluctuates. There are good days and bad days. But through it all, he stays committed. He starts writing letters and recording messages for his future child, just in case. Hope encourages it, but she still believes he'll be there when the baby is born. When the time comes, Hope gives birth to a healthy baby boy. Liam is there, holding her hand, his face full of emotion. The entire family is present, Steffi, Ridge, Brooke, and even Bill. They name the baby Lucas. Liam holds Lucas for the first time and whispers, "You saved me." And in a way, it's true. The birth of Lucas brings peace to the fractured families. Carter quietly steps away from Hope's life, focusing on rebuilding his reputation. Brooke begins to support both of her daughters, stepping into the role of grandmother with pride. Ridge continues to support Steffi and embraces Hope as a part of the extended family. Liam's prognosis remains guarded, but he continues to fight. His time may be limited, but he has chosen to live each day with purpose, surrounded by the people who matter most. And as always in the bold and the beautiful, life continues, full of love, loss, redemption, and the unwavering belief that no matter how dark the night, there is always a sunrise waiting. Next, we will dive deep into the heart-wrenching drama surrounding Liam's health crisis, the emotional turmoil faced by Steffi and Finn, and the evolving dynamics between Hope and Carter. Join us as we unpack the layers of grief, hope, and reconciliation in this captivating storyline from the bold and the beautiful. From devastating diagnoses to tender moments of advice, this saga is bound to keep you on the edge of your seat as relationships are tested and truths come to light. A devastating revelation in Finn's office. In the sterile confines of Finn's office at the hospital, a somber atmosphere hangs heavy as he wraps up a crucial conversation with Dr. Buckingham, a renowned neurologist. Turning to Steffi, His expression is laced with regret as he admits that he had hoped for a more promising update. Steffi, her eyes brimming with unshed tears, presses him with a question that cuts to the core. Are they truly expected to surrender to the grim reality that Liam's life is slipping away? Finn, ever the compassionate doctor, hesitates before explaining the brutal truth. The mass in Liam's brain is nestled in a location so precarious that surgical intervention is not an option. It's inoperable, he says softly, the weight of the word echoing in the quiet room. Steffi's heart shatters at the confirmation, her voice trembling as she whispers, "This is beyond heartbreaking. How can we bear this loss?" In the face of such a dire prognosis, Steffi finds herself re-evaluating the petty conflicts that once dominated her thoughts, particularly her ongoing tension with Hope. Those disagreements now seem trivial, mere whispers against the roaring storm of Liam's condition. She imagines the devastation Hope will feel when the news breaks, knowing that the bond they once shared with Liam will forever be altered by this tragedy. Turning to Finn, her voice cracks with desperation. "I don't know how to face this, Finn. How do we tell her? How do we even begin to process this ourselves?" Finn, equally shaken, pulls her into a comforting embrace, vowing that if there were any way to defy the odds and save Liam, he would move mountains to make it happen. He elaborates on the cruel unpredictability of the brain mass, admitting that pinpointing how much time Liam has left is a puzzle even the best medical minds cannot solve. Steffi, grappling with Liam's wish to keep his illness under wraps, wrestles with her conscience. "He wanted to shield everyone from this pain," she murmurs, "but Hope deserves the truth, doesn't she? She needs to know what's coming." Liam's heartfelt counsel at the Cliff House. Meanwhile, at the serene Cliff House, a gentle breeze carries the salty tang of the ocean as Liam settles into the guest house, a temporary sanctuary graciously offered by Steffi and Finn. Sitting across from Hope under the golden glow of the afternoon sun, he expresses his gratitude for the view of the endless horizon, a soothing reminder of life's vast possibilities. When Hope, curious about his choice of residence, wonders why he didn't opt to stay with his father, Bill, Liam deflects with a wistful smile, saying the crashing waves offer a peace he desperately craves right now. Steering the conversation toward her, he gently nudges Hope to confront her feelings about Carter, the man who once held her heart so fully. "We're supposed to be talking about you, not me," he insists with a playful glint in his eye, though there's an undercurrent of urgency in his tone. Liam's advice is laced with a poignant sincerity as he encourages Hope to reconsider her stance on forgiveness. "Give Carter another chance," he urges, his voice soft but firm. Hope, hesitant, counters that there's a certain freedom in being unattached, a shield against potential heartbreak. But Liam, drawing from a well of emotion she doesn't yet understand, counters, "I know you miss him, Hope. Life, it's so much shorter than we ever realize. Every fleeting moment counts. Don't let it slip through your fingers." His words carry an unexpected weight, as if he's pouring every ounce of his unspoken pain into this plea. He embarks on a passionate monologue about the fragility of life and the enduring power of love, imploring her to cling to the relationship that once brought her joy. "Carter's a good man, Hope. He's ready to make you happy again if you let him in. If he's reaching out, if he's fighting for you with every call and text, that's a bond worth preserving." Hope, moved by his fervor, wipes away a tear, chuckling through her emotion as she teases, "Since when did you become such a matchmaker, Liam?" With a shaky smile, she reaches for her phone, a tentative step toward reconnecting with Carter. Carter's longing at Forrester Creations. Over at Forrester Creations, the air is thick with unspoken longing as Carter sits alone in his office, staring at his phone with a mix of hope and despair. He's waiting for any sign from Hope, a message or call that might bridge the chasm that has grown between them. A quiet sigh escapes him as Brooke enters, her keen eyes immediately registering his melancholy. "You're not exactly radiating joy, are you?" she observes with a gentle empathy. Carter admits that his world feels emptier without hope by his side, her absence at work and in his personal life carving a deeper void each day. Brooke, ever the supportive confidant, nods in understanding as they revisit the wounds of hope's hurt and the sense of abandonment that lingers from their fallout. "I can see how much you miss her, Carter. It's written all over your face how much you love her still," she says warmly. Their conversation is interrupted by Ridge's arrival, his curiosity piqued by the serious tone in the room. "What's going on here?" he inquires with a raised brow. Carter, not missing a beat, explains they're discussing hope, prompting a sardonic quip from Ridge. "Ah, your favorite topic, I presume." Undeterred, Carter presses Ridge on whether he's given any thought to reinstatement, pointing out the glaring absence of hope at Forrester. "Brooke and I are here, contributing every day. Why isn't hope back in the fold?" he challenges. He argues that Ridge seems to hold hope to an impossibly high standard, a benchmark that feels unfair given the circumstances. Ridge, firm in his stance, counters that an apology from hope is a necessary step for reconciliation. Carter seizes on this, probing further. "If she offers that apology, can we get hope for the future back on track? Can we rebuild what was lost?" Just as the discussion reaches a tense crescendo, Carter's phone buzzes with a notification. His heart skips a beat as he reads the message. Hope is ready to meet with him again. A flicker of hope ignites in his eyes, a chance to mend what's been broken. A glimmer of hope at the Cliff House. Back at the Cliff House, the golden hues of the setting sun bathe the scene in a warm light as Liam watches Hope send her message to Carter. A relieved smile crosses his face, a silent victory in seeing her take this courageous step. "I'm glad you reached out," he tells her, his voice tinged with a quiet pride. Hope, still processing her decision, turns to him with a playful smirk. "When did you become so wise, Liam? Where's this newfound insight coming from?" she asks, half teasing, half curious. Liam's response is cryptic yet profound, his gaze drifting to the ocean beyond. "Let's just say I've started seeing the world through a different lens lately. It's clearer now what truly matters in the end. Real fulfillment, hope, it comes from letting those who love you without barriers." He poses a final, gentle question. Will you open your heart to Carter again? Will you let him back in? Hope, contemplative, offers a small, hopeful smile. "We'll see," she replies softly, leaving the door to possibility ajar. The emotional undercurrents and future uncertainties. As this chapter of The Bold and the Beautiful unfolds, the intertwining threads of tragedy and tentative hope weave a complex tapestry of human emotion. Liam's undisclosed battle with his health casts a long shadow over every interaction, infusing his advice to Hope with a bittersweet urgency that neither she nor the audience can fully grasp yet. Steffi and Finn, burdened with the knowledge of his condition, stand at a crossroads of duty and compassion, torn between honoring Liam's wish for secrecy and the moral imperative to prepare Hope for the inevitable. Meanwhile, Carter's aching desire to reconnect with Hope offers a beacon of light amid the darkness, a reminder that even in the face of looming loss, love can still fight to endure. The Cliff House, with its panoramic view of the restless sea, serves as a metaphor for the turbulent emotions coursing through these characters. Liam's cryptic reflections hint at a deeper transformation, a man racing against time to leave a legacy of love and wisdom for those he cherishes. Will Hope seize the opportunity to rebuild with Carter, honoring Liam's heartfelt counsel? Can Steffi find the strength to break the devastating news to Hope, forging a fragile truce in the wake of shared grief? And how will Liam's secret, once revealed, reshape the fragile bonds that tie this family together? As the waves crash relentlessly against the shore, so too does the drama promise to surge forward, pulling us all into its powerful current. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey through the latest developments in The Bold and the Beautiful. Stay tuned to BMB Spoilers channel for more updates, insights, and predictions as we navigate the highs and lows of this gripping storyline. What are your thoughts on Liam's hidden struggle and Hope's potential reunion with Carter? Drop your comments below, and let's keep the conversation alive.